Welcome to the show. Give me a hot minute. Get this thing trucking out the gate. Here we go. Day 2, overlay gate. What's up, everybody? Oh, hold on. This isn't right. Like, gotta get the little graphical magic going, right? Lighting's not good. Welcome, everybody, to Simply Cyber's Daily Cyber Threat Brief podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Gerald Auger. This is episode 389. H, apparently. There's a typo in the YouTube stream. It says 389H, so I guess we've got some hex going on in here. Actually, H isn't in the hex. Anyways, I'm your host, Dr. Gerald Auger, and over the next 45 minutes, me, you, Chad Green, Rhonda Rummerfeld, Jenny Housley, Marcus Seiler, Jarboy, himself, James McQuiggan, and so many others of the Simply Cyber community are going to be going through the top cyber news stories of the day. And I'll be giving my opinion and analysis on each of those stories, on what it means to you as a practitioner, excuse me, or if you're looking to break into the industry, we've got you covered. It is Friday, so it's Grayson's Joke of the Week. We got that coming up at the mid-roll. Coffee cup cheers to everybody. As you can see by the ticker down below right here, it is day 2 of Overlay Gate. If you're a first-timer here, the look and feel of the stream is going to be a little, a little grassroots, a little Christian Slater and pump up the volume. That's a deep cut for some of you Zennials. But you know what? The show must go on. Disaster recovery mode is in full tilt. We got a great show. Before we get into it, though, I do want to say shout out and thanks to the stream sponsors, starting with Barricade Cyber Solutions. Barricade Cyber Solutions is dedicated to helping businesses recover from cyber attacks and recover from the damage done. Cyber attacks can cause massive issues for businesses and send dedicated, hard-working business owners into turmoil. But Barricade Cyber Solutions knows how to mitigate the damage done by cyber incidents. Check them out at barricadecyber.com. Go to the link in the description below. Go to their website. Eric's calendar is right here. He's the face, the beautiful face of Barricade Cyber Solutions. You can get on his calendar today as early as 10 a.m. Eastern Time, so 2 hours from right now. You literally could have the daily cyber threat briefing, download the Brown Report, get another cup of coffee, get on the phone with Eric Taylor and figure out how to sort out your business's situation. BarricadeCyber.com. Love those guys. Also want to say shout out and thanks to Panoptcy Security. Panoptcy Security, Brandon Poole, their team does amazing work, but one of the things that they do phenomenally is quantified risk assessments. But Jerry, what's a quantified risk assessment? Well, allow me, friend, to lay that out. Quantified risk assessments are a activity that allow the Panoptcy team to come in, interview your staff, look through your documentation, test your systems, look at your business model, and then output a report that can give you 1 to 3 years of roadmap on how to structure your information security program for maximizing cyber risk while minimizing expenses, investments, resources, etc. It's really, really a valuable activity, and I wish more people did it, frankly, because it is so freaking valuable. Thank you so much to Panoptcy Security. Guys, like I said, we got a great show. Each episode, just like today's 389H, is worth half a CPE. So Adrian Harris, Kayla Sturgeon, Fogg, Dad, Dominic LaPlante, you're all good for half a CPE. Ayudeje, let me get a sip of coffee because I've done this much French press already, which means we got a lot of work to do, guys. But we're gonna get into it. If you're live here, I see 109 of you. Whoop, whoop. Thank you for being here. Let me know how the audio levels are. I'm looking for the music audio level, my voice audio level, and sound effect audio level. Any inputs on that would be much appreciated. Hashtag Team Live if you're live with us. 116 of you jumping in here. Oh, see? Ian Kincaid got in on the Hackerverse Army. Love it. Dude, way to go, man. Hopefully you guys saw my Dr. Hops, my Hackerverse. Thank you, Kimberly. My Hackerverse Army mask. I'm super pumped about that. In fact, I'll show you at jawjacking if time allows. James McQuiggan with the super chat, posting to see if you got your stream deck working yet. Love the French press, busted mine out and been making it every day. Yes, James. I do have the sound deck out. I'm actually going to add a to-do item list right now, which means if it's on the to-do, it gets to done. Super chat sound effect. I did not do it because I had a live stream last night, so I didn't have time. But what? Did James McQuiggan and I just become best friends? Yep. In fact, just really quick, one of the things that I want to do, there's a Fortnite streamer by the name of Ninja that a lot of people are familiar with. And he actually has, you know how sometimes when I get a super chat, like a little pop-up pops up on the screen? I saw one where it like flashes across the screen like Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm going to actually pay a graphic designer to sort that out for me because I think that would be wicked cool and more fun for the show once we get overlay gate straightened out. Thanks again for the super chat, James. This cup's for you. And I look forward to drinking a cup of coffee or several with you in Vegas, my friend. If you are on hashtag team replay, surprise, I know many of you on Team Replay missed the Retro Funk half hour. Well, the Jawjackins have been epic these last couple days. So hopefully, Team Replay, you guys don't feel left out, but it's all about good times. Hashtag first timer, new hashtag. If you are here for the first time and you're like, why has everybody been talking about this guy's show? This looks like a normal dude just yelling at a TV, yelling at a camera, drinking coffee. That is true, but believe me, we do have production things. Hashtag first timer in chat. If you are new here, I'd love to welcome you to the stream. And then finally, hashtag passive observer. Oh, thank you, Matthew Netchi on the sounder. Hashtag passive observer. If you are a regular here or even you're new and you're shy, you see all the chat going by, James McQuiggan doing super chats, Chinadu with the emotes, and you're like, oh, I don't really have anything to add, bump that to the side, say hashtag passive observer if you don't know what else to say. Make it the first thing, step into the light of professional networking. Believe me, you are going to be happy. I had two different interactions yesterday where somebody told me, a person told me that they got a job without having to apply because of their networking. And then the second one, I am literally trying to offer somebody a job. So like, and not through any type of interviews. I'm not offering an interview. I'm offering like, hey, I want to work with you. So these things happen, okay, guys? Step into the light and start getting your networking on. Brian Colt with the super chat. What? Did Brian Colt and I just become best friends? Yep. Thanks, Brian Colt, for the super chat. Genuinely appreciate that. All right, guys. So it's time to get the music going. Get the show going. Let me. I forgot to move today's podcast into the queue. So let me do that real quick, and then we will be off and running. All right, y'all. Sit back, relax, and let the cool sounds of the hot news wash over you in an awesome wave. I'll see y'all at the mid-roll. James McQuiggan with a 20 bomb. Hold on. What? Did we just become best friends? Yup. Thank you, James McQuiggan, for the super chat. Definitely love it. Not to step on your kiddos' toes, but if you think about it, parallel lines have so much in common. It's a shame they'll never meet. Oh my God. Hashtag dad joke. You know what? It is Father's Day on Sunday, James McQuiggan, so we will allow for the dad jokes. In fact, we might even do a dad joke segment. I know for a fact Grayson's joke of the week today is a dad joke, James. So get yourself ready. Get yourself ready, and we'll have a good jaw-jacking session. All right, guys, sit back, relax, and let's let that cool sounds of the hot news wash over you in an awesome wave. Catch you all at the mid-roll.
From the CISO series, it's cybersecurity headlines.
It's Friday, June 16th, 2023. U.S. federal agencies affected by MOVEit breach. U.S. officials confirmed Thursday that several federal agencies have been impacted by the Russia-based Clop ransomware gang's ongoing attacks on the widely used MOVEit file transfer tool. The Department of Energy has been confirmed as one of several federal agencies breached. CISA Director Jen Easterly said her team and the FBI are providing assistance to affected agencies who have yet to receive any related ransom demands. CISA's response comes as Progress Software, who produces MoveIt, is working to fix a second vulnerability that has been discovered in MoveIt's code. On Wednesday, the Clap Gang posted names of organizations who have fallen victim to their campaign to their darknet site. Oil giant Shell was among 26 organizations named and has since confirmed it is indeed a victim.
Damn. All right, so there's a lot to unpack here. I always, I don't know if there's any value to you, but I always feel like it seems like a simple story on the surface, but there's so much to it. Honestly, I wish I had a producer with me right now, because I want to do this. Ready? Several U.S. Fed agencies. Give me a second, guys, because this is going to help. Affected by MoveIt breach. Okay. Okay, guys, so check it out. We're talking about the MoveIt breach. Here's the thing. One, this MoveIt thing has been like front page news. John Hammond has been working it. Huntress has been working it. Progress, the company behind it, released a fix for it, but there was a second vulnerability discovered. Data is getting moved out. Now, Jen Easterly and others are, in joint efforts, are reporting that several U.S. federal agencies have been impacted, including the Department of Energy. Now, let me tell you a couple things here that you may not know. One, when you're talking about clearances, right, in the United States government, whether it's DOD or federal IT civilian side, there are different clearances, right? There's cleared, meaning like you're not a terrorist or whatever. You're like okay to work. Then there's like secret. Then there's top secret. Then there's top secret, like special compartmentalized. So like just because you have top secret doesn't mean you get access to like all the secrets, right? You just get access to like what you need. And then there's access to the president, which is its own thing. And then there's Department of Energy. And I want to say it's like Q or something like that, like level Q. But the point is, Department of Energy is like real, it's carved off on its own as like a super secret squirrel thing over here, because we're talking about like nuclear, we're talking about energy, we're talking about lifeblood type stuff for countries and societies. So it's treated with very, very serious, it's treated with the seriousness that it warrants, okay? Department of Energy was also impacted by this, which is very concerning. Now, here's another thing that you need to know about. And if I was younger, okay, so like this, I'm really talking to people who have like less than a couple years of experience in the industry, and I'm being very, very simplistic in this, right? So I'm not saying everybody with only a few years falls into this category, but based on my own experience, when I was younger in my career, I would see something like this, and I would immediately be like, bro, you had like 2 weeks to get your crap in order. Like, how are you Shell Gas, who probably made like $250 billion last year? How are you going to get hit by the MoveIt vulnerability? Like, how are you going to get exploited by Clop ransomware with this MoveIt thing? And then as I got older and more gray, I began to realize like massive companies like Shell, like the Department of Energy, like the US federal government, they have so much going on and so many moving parts. It's like trying to turn a cruise ship around, right? This isn't like a little crappy fishing boat or a little, flat bottom boat in a creek, and you can just like whip it around with a 50 or a 15 horsepower Evinrude or whatever, a Johnson motor. Like you can't just whip around like a small business. No, this is a cruise ship with like a factory engine underneath it, and you need to turn it like this, right? Famously, Equifax got hit back in the day because of an Apache Struts vulnerability on an internet-facing asset, and people were like, bro, like how are you, like this has been out for months, how are you going to get hit? And it come to find out that like everything was so integrated with this Apache Struts that just to patch it would have broke everything. So that could have been the same situation here. Like this MoveIt, which is basically part of a backup and recovery kind of solution, was probably so integrated that A, they didn't know how to fix it. B, they were doing it correctly with change control processes, windows for downtime, recovery plans. Like doing change management correctly in a large organization takes time. So unfortunately, they likely didn't have time to address it. I do not think that a lot of these instances said, oh, F it. Like, I don't care. Like, it's not going to affect us. They definitely didn't say we're too small for it to bother us. But my point is, when you see something like Shell or the government get hit with something like this, give them a little bit of grace, because there's an S-load of moving parts, okay? Third thing to top about on this. Klopp ransomware, they reported in this story that Klopp is the one who's like actively going after and doing stuff. This, thanks Matthew Netchie, Evan Rude. I do listen to country music, which is where I learn about my different motors. You know, what is it, Redneck Yacht Club? I think I was trying to channel my inner Redneck Yacht Club songs. Here's the thing that you need to know with this, and I find this very interesting, so it's important to note. Klopp ransomware is the one who's like sucking up everybody's information at the moment with the MOVEit vulnerability. They have sucked up so much that they don't know who they have, so they actually are they're asking people, victims, to come forward and identify themselves, and then they'll help you. Klopp has specifically said if you're if you're a government entity, federal, state, local, municipality, like whatever, they have deleted your data. The Klopp ransomware is going to be making so much freaking cash off of this heist that they don't want to bring down the heat of the U.S. government on them. And I don't blame them. After what happened with Colonial Pipeline and DarkSide, I wouldn't want to do it either. If I was sitting on this bumper crop of data that I'm going to get paid through the nose by commercial businesses, there's no way I'm going to be like, oh, and by the way, we've got Department of Energy nuclear secrets. Are you kidding me? There'd be like a crosshairs from some like Moonraker satellite directly on your headquarters. You don't want that kind of heat. So from a U.S. government national security perspective, I, as a U.S. citizen, am feeling pretty good that those secrets aren't going to get out. But at the same time, it's not good. This MOVEit thing is not good. We got John Hammond on the show on Thursday. We'll talk to him about this. So giddy up on that. Next story.
Pentagon leak suspect indicted by a federal grand jury. Jack Teixeira, the Air National Guardsman accused of leaking classified documents online, was indicted Thursday by a federal grand jury in Boston. The 21-year-old was arrested in April on charges of sharing highly classified military documents about the war in Ukraine and other top national security issues on Discord. Teixeira faces 6 counts of willful retention and transmission of national defense information. If convicted, he could face up to 10 years in prison for each charge and a fine of up to $250,000. A federal judge has ordered Teixeira to remain behind bars until his trial.
All right. So if you want to see an example of what not to do, I mean, obviously this is a a human drawn, not a AI drawn. Okay, guys, I'm not going to spend a terrible amount of time on this. This is the story of the Air Guardsman who leaked national secrets into a Discord server. I came to find out that the reason he did that is because the other members of the Discord, he was like pumping his chest and flexing about how awesome he was, and the people in the Discord channel basically called him out and said that he was he was a cuck, right? Like he was basically kind of a simp, and he showed them, he dropped the secrets on the Discord server like a complete donkey, and now he faces espionage crimes. He's could get up to 10 years in prison, which totally sucks. With all due respect, he absolutely should not have leaked those secrets, but he's a 22-year-old idiot, and he's going to get 10 years, and possibly fined for $250,000. It says up to 10 years. We've seen multiple instances where a judge during sentencing will be lenient. I can't believe, dude. Okay, so he was indicted Thursday. I have to imagine this dude is going to plead guilty, right? There's no way this dude pleads not guilty, am I right? Again, this is not a really a cybersecurity story. I mean, it has to do with data leakage, but all I would say is, from an end user awareness training perspective, you might be able to, excuse me, from an end user training awareness perspective, you could use this as like, don't publish sensitive data online. But the thing is, You know, the thing is, it's not going to really resonate with Carl, right? Where's Carl? It's not going to resonate with Carl because, like, this is such an extreme example. It's national security secrets. If you're talking about, like, hey, don't release the Q4 report, Carl. don't upload our budget forecast for Q4 into ChatGPT. Look, here's an example of this dummy who did it on a Discord server, and they'll be like, dude, this was national security secrets, and this was like DoD stuff. Like, that has nothing to do with me. So it's not going to really resonate. If anything, this is just an interesting story that, like, me, you, and Michael Jackson in the movie theater are going to grab a bucket of popcorn and munch away and watch this thing unfold. This is just, like, I'm sorry, this guy, I'm sorry, not sorry, really. I mean, this guy's going to go to jail, and he's going to be made an example. But at the end of the day, it's just theater for us, right? I mean, there's clear rules. Like, dude, like, there's clear rules. Like, and by the way, when you get your security clearance to get access to this data, they're very clear with you on what you can and cannot do. Every single document you touch, every system you log into, and this is from firsthand experience, every system you log into that has this sensitive data, every piece of sensitive data, there are media markings all over it. Before you log into the machine, there's like a, hey, you, the data is wicked sensitive. Don't do something stupid with this data, okay? Or you will be held liable. When you open the document, it's like, hey, dummy, like there's like a classification cover sheet on it. Don't be stupid. So there's no way that this kid didn't know what he was doing was completely wrong. All right.
Suspected Lockbit ransomware affiliate nabbed. A Russian national has been arrested in Arizona and charged with executing at least 5 Lockbit ransomware attacks against victim computer systems in the U.S. and abroad between August of 2020 and March of 2023. 20-year-old Ruslan Magomedovich Astemirov is the third Lockbit affiliate to be charged by the DOJ in the last 7 months. If found guilty, he could face up to 20 years in prison and fines of up to $250,000 or double the financial loss resulting from the offense, whichever is higher. On Wednesday, authorities also revealed that Lockbit has carried out 1,700 successful attacks on U.S. organizations since 2020, extorting roughly $91 million.
Wow.
China.
Here's another one. So, like, okay, so I guess the theme of today is young people who will make dumb moves. So this is a Russian national, 20 years old, Lockbit affiliate, obviously looking for quick scores. And honestly, he probably got paid a couple times, got a little taste for the good life, and went after it. He's going to be oh, that looks terrible. As they said in the story, he could face up to 10 years and 10 years, $250,000, 20 years in prison. You know, there could be some politics involved here. He is a Russian national. United States and Russia are not on the best of terms. I love this, by the way, third Lockbit affiliate. Guys, I'm not going to go deep on ransomware as a service model, but it is incredibly compelling. I think it was yesterday's show that I went into depth on why it's a perfect storm for being an affiliate. Low risk, high reward, low barrier to entry, inflation, people being pushed into corners, people willing to see it as socially or like morally acceptable because of their plight. It's not good. Lockbit accounted for $90 million in affiliate ransomware in 2022, according to reports. So I'm glad. You know what? I hope the Department of Justice and the FBI have a task force going after Lockbit. It is a blight against our society. And until people need to be brought in, held accountable, made examples of, and turned in order to get higher up in the ranks. The problem is that even though Lockbit is effectively an organized criminal syndicate, kind of like the mob, they operate, this is unconfirmed, so this is just speculation, but they operate in Eastern Europe with near immunity. So, did my light go out? Did this go out? Bro, oh. Didn't charge my light. All right, whatever. They operate with near immunity, so it's like bulletproof. Like you can't get after them. Dude, the Department of Justice has issued indictments for the members of Lazarus Group, the North Korean criminals. You can go look it up. Google DOJ wanted, or FBI, I think it's Department of Justice though, wanted Lazarus. You can see their faces, their names, who they are, where they are. We can't get them. Same with this Eastern European thing. It's Russian soil. So the Russians will be like, oh yeah, no, we'll help you get them. Like, yeah, we'll get right on that. You know what I mean? Like, they're not doing anything. So, anyways, what the U.S. can do is arrest people on U.S. territory, and I hope they do. And I hope they make a big spectacle of it.
Spies blamed for attacks on Barracuda email gateways.
Infographic.
A suspected China Nexus threat actor dubbed UNC 4841 has been linked to the exploitation of the recently patched zero-day flaw in Barracuda email security gateway appliances. The critical flaw allows for remote code injection and affects versions 5.1.3.001 through 9.2.0.006. Since as early as October 10th, 2022, UNC 4841 has been sending victim organizations emails containing malicious tar file attachments designed to exploit the bug. Barracuda addressed the problem in late May, but has since urged affected customers to immediately replace the devices regardless of patch version level.
All right. So, all right, here's the thing. A couple things. One, this is not this is not the Buffer Auger Flow studio. For those who think that I'm in the new studio, this is not it. I'm actually working remotely from my in-laws' basement. So I am a basement dwelling orc right now. Oh, the prophecies have come true. All right. So I'll be in the Buffer Auger Flow studio end of July. So stay tuned for that as well. All right. So we talked about this Barracuda, which in like brutal irony, I don't have the link right now, but in brutal irony, Barracuda like won an award for like most secure company or like innovative security technology company. If someone in mod chat can find that link, and I would just Google like Barracuda wins cyber award and then sort by time. I forget where I saw it, but I just saw it a few days ago. So that's hilarious. But Barracuda, we've seen this email security gateway issue. This is the one where Barracuda said, replace our technology, not patch, right? Not patch our technology, replace our technology. And I went into great lengths of why that is a ridiculous, like not ridiculous, but that must have been a real roundtable discussion with the executives at Barracuda on whether or not to make that their guidance. Here we go. Let me see it really quickly. Give me a second. Stay tuned. Hold on. Stand by. Standing by to stand by. Yeah, so you could see here Barracuda winning awards. Where is it? Hold on. Damn it! This link, Justin Gold. You just dummied me up, Justin. I don't know exactly which one it was, but trust me, they won one in the last couple days. Here's the deal. Barracuda's email gateway is so flawed right now that basically this is the workflow, and I like a good infographic. You send an email, and this is the interesting thing. It's just because it's internet facing doesn't mean you poke and prod it with Nmap, right? This is a more advanced attack. You don't like see it with Nmap and then like poke a listening service and throw an exploit at it. No, the way that the email Barracuda email gateway processes email for analysis or whatever has a flaw in it. So if you send an email with a very specifically crafted attachment to it, when it tries to process it, you exploit it. Once you exploit it, then you can actually have it reach back out to you and connect via a reverse shell. So a reverse shell is where you turn on your computer and you like set up a listening service. So anything coming into it will connect. And the idea is that you have a victim machine reach out to you, establish a connection, and boom, you are in And then you can start moving from there and doing all the things that you want. Specifically, what it looks like this particular Chinese threat actor doing is setting up span porting, which means they watch all the traffic in and out of the email gateway. So they're not even like moving laterally deeper into the organization. They're literally opening your, you know what they're doing? They're basically standing in front of your mailbox, and when the mailman comes up, the mailman says like, oh, good morning to you. And you're like, hey, good morning, mailman. And they're like, here's your mail. And they're like, thanks. They take the mail, they open the mail, they read the mail, they put the mail back into the envelope, they seal it, they stick it in your mailbox. And that's what's happening. It's man in the middle, adversary in the middle, straight up, classic chef's kiss, network sniffing, right? They are capturing your packets. All your packets belong to us, to, you know, Alana, for another like kind of 80s, early 90s reference. All your base belong to us, and that's what they're doing. So I don't know if this attack is specifically a crime of opportunity, or if they're targeting specific organizations that are running this Barracuda email gateway. The Chinese, in my experience, okay, the Chinese are more about espionage. They're not really, you don't really see like threat actors, like financially motivated ransomware type threat actors in the Chinese space. It's much more espionage. It's much more, you know, low and slow, deeper type operations, right? North Korea kind of does some of that, but they also got Lazarus for money. And then like Eastern Europe, Romania, Belarus, Russia, they're straight up like straight cash, homie. Straight cash, homie. Okay, let's do the mid-roll.
Now, a word from our sponsor, Conveyor. Your scariest questionnaires that are hundreds of questions long are no match for Conveyor's GPT questionnaire tool, now with a browser extension for complex portals. Get GPT-generated precise answers to entire questionnaires so your review takes seconds. Now you can spend 89% less time completing questionnaires when you get accurate answers you don't have to rewrite. Try a free proof of concept with your own data to see it in action. See what security and sales teams are raving about at www.conveyor.com.
All right, my friends, it's the mid-roll, which means only one thing. All right, hey. Guys, thank you all so very much for being here. Thank you for understanding as I deal with this graphics issue. Let me get the background going. There we go. I want to thank all of you for being here, for understanding. I read the comments yesterday, and it was very heartwarming. People said really nice things, and I appreciate that, about how it's more about the content, less about the look, right? It's more about the substance, less about the sizzle. So I do try to bring the sizzle with the production quality, but just, you know, in the current capacity, to me, it's more important to deliver this briefing than it is to, you know, have lipstick on and be purdy for y'all. So thank you to the stream sponsors, Barricade Cyber, Panoptcy, for the continued support to allow me to deliver this threat briefing. 389 shows in a row and counting. We're not stopping anytime soon, my friends. Cash me outside on jaw jacking. I got some ideas for Vegas for doing the show. James McQuiggan and I have been hollering at each other. If you're getting value, education, entertainment, you just bored and want to find an activity to do in the next 5 seconds, hit the like button. It goes a long way for helping other people find the stream. If you are a first timer here, let me know, #first-timer, and how you found the show. Duncan Dewar passing his CISP. My man. Love it. Duncan, way to go. I remember when I got my CISP, it was a massive moment in my career. Felt amazing. I hope you do too, Duncan. Congratulations. That's just freaking awesome. Love it. Thanks, Pursuit of Bliss. I genuinely appreciate it. So hit the like button. Help other people find the channel. That's what we're doing, my man. All right. What else we got cooking? Oh, guys, the newsletter is back! ! Newsletter in chat. I'm very happy to tell you. I told you it was just a hiatus and I would figure out how to get it back. #newsletter in chat. If you want to get an email every single Monday from Simply Cyber that provides actionable intel for end users, peers, and executives to deliver cyber risk reduction, go to the link in ! newsletter, sign up. You'll love it, I promise you. Also want to say my other favorite activity, Simply Cyber Community Challenge. Guys, every single day on the show, we do the Simply Cyber Community Challenge. This is an ongoing initiative to promote professional networking within our community and get after it. Right now, I tagged Shane Himes, I believe. James McQuiggan with the gifted sub. 10 new squad members. Get up in here, Bill Presley, Language Express. Guys, if Shane Himes is in chat, please tag somebody, Shane. If you get tagged, I'll pass it to James McQuiggan. All right, James McQuiggan has got the baton. I'm not even going to ask James if he wants to do it. He is going to do it. James, please go on LinkedIn and share your cybersecurity story. I know you're long in the tooth, my friend, so you you might have to break it across 2 posts. But share your story with the community. Let us get to know James McQuiggan a little bit better. And I ask all of you Simply Cyber community members to go on LinkedIn, find James's post, and connect with James. Connect with the people commenting. Comment on James' post. Why? Because this is how you build a professional network of like-minded professionals. By doing it, you will be investing in yourself. If you do it every single day, after time, it will grow, and you'll notice that your feed is much richer. Every time you post, you'll get more interesting, constructive feedback and engagement. You will build a professional network. It will deliver value to you, I promise you. And when the day comes and it delivers value, you're going to be like, holy crap, Jerry was right. This is really valuable. Thank you. All right. James McQuiggan with the super chat. What? Did we just become best friends? Yep. All right. Really quickly, Grayson's joke of the week. Every single day of the week has a special activity, and Fridays is reserved for my oldest son, Grayson, who sells a joke of the day. It is Father's Day on Sunday, and Grayson came up to me and he's like, Dad, are you, you're getting kind of old, and I worry about you. I want you to be my dad for a long time. I said, well, that touches my heart, Grayson. I love you. And he said, I love you too. Have you thought about exercising? And I said, well, Grayson, I like to run. I run a lot. He's like, have you tried lunges? And I said, no, I don't do lunges. He's like, you should. It would really be a big step forward for you. Oh, I don't have the sounder. Ha ha. Thank you, Grayson, for that classic dad's joke on a Father's Day weekend. James McQuiggan, if you got a dad joke, throw it in there, my friend. All right, let's get back into the news, guys. We'll round it out strong, and we'll have a little jaw jacking at the end.
A database containing millions of Zax users' info leaked online. A database containing personal information of over 8.9 million Zax investment research users emerged on a popular hacking forum back on June 10th. Zax is the leading investment research firm focusing on stock research, analysis, and recommendations. Zax was notified of the issue by breach notification service Have I Been Pwned. Exposed records include names, addresses, phone numbers, email addresses, usernames, and passwords stored as unsalted SHA-256 hashes. The company attempted to downplay the security breach by telling Have I Been Pwned that threat actors only had access to encrypted passwords.
Donkeys. Okay. All right, so check it out. Okay, so we talk about data breaches on the channel like every single day, and a lot of times it's almost like, a ransomware threat actor didn't get paid, so they're lashing out and they're like releasing the data. Healthcare entity, leaky S3 bucket, it gets published publicly, whatever. These are usually like incidental data breaches, right? Or incidental data disclosures. This one is more interesting, okay? So first of all, I want to point out to you that this is an investment research company's users, 8.9 million users. Now, you may ask yourself, why would Flaming Donkey? We'll attribute this to Flaming Donkey, the newest on the scene APT that MITRE ATT&CK hasn't been capturing yet, but I'm sure MITRE ATT&CK is doing their due diligence on Flaming Donkey. Okay, so Flaming Donkey comes in. Dude, this is 9 million users of a investment research company. Now, again, why does this matter? Well, think about this. if I'm a consumer of a product like that, chances are I do investment, right? Now there's going to be there'll be like some subset of people that are like college kids who are like just trying to like skirt the system and get rich quick and all that. But likely there's a lot of fishes in that pond that are actually whales. Excuse me. Okay, so you as a threat actor, if you get access to this database, it's not that difficult to sort the data or enrich it with another data source. Again, look at Data Broker's episode from John Oliver, right? If you're going to commit a crime, guys, right? Like this isn't like a stupid candy store stick up, right? I'm not trying to get $80 on a stick up on a Joe Belton's ice cream shop on a Friday night, right? I'm not trying to get 2 scoops of vanilla bean and all the money in the register. I'm trying to set myself up for life. So you're going to have to invest a little bit, all right? And again, this isn't like how to commit crime 101. I know I always sound like, I feel like I'm always trying to, like, I feel like I sound like I'm teaching people how to commit crime, but I'm not. It's just, here's the thing, in order to be good at defending, you need to appreciate and understand how to do it, okay? So these people, sort them, enrich it with other data, find the top 10% wealthiest people on this list. Boom, you've got qualified leads for victims. Now, they claimed that the passwords were encrypted, but they were a SHA-256 non-salted hash. Okay, guys, what does that mean? SHA-256 is a hashing algorithm. A hashing algorithm is a one-way math function, okay? It's not encryption. It's a one-way math function, okay? It's like, so by taking the password and hashing it, we can use tools like John the Ripper, right, to reach into the toolbox and pull out a classic. We can use rainbow tables. We can use whatever. SHA-256, that's been around, right? We can crack these passwords. I don't know why they didn't use salted. It gives me like a popsicle headache when I think about the money that this firm probably had and the security practices that they paid for or implemented. And you know, some IT person was like, oh, don't sweat it, we got them encrypted, look, here are the passwords, and it was all a bunch of garbage and jumbles. And the business side was like, oh man, we hired the right IT person, we hired the right InfoSec person, look at all these passwords encrypted. And they could be reversed. That's the TLDR. All these passwords could be reversed. So what's that mean? They're going to be able to log into this research center and get free access to research? No, my friends. Many people, not us, because we use password vaults because we're awesome, high five. A lot of people are going to reuse their passwords, especially, and again, I'm oversimplifying this and generalizing it, but like really wealthy people, they're typically really wealthy. Some were born into it, but a lot of really wealthy people work their butt off, and they're not really concerned with password management security best practices. Maybe they have a passphrase that's really good, but people are people. I don't care if they're wealthy, poor, foreign, native, educated, not educated. People reuse passwords all over the place. So by cracking this password, you now have a username, you have a profile, you have a working password. Boom, start hitting their emails, start hitting their financials, start hitting their socials, get in there and start pwning them. That's what's going to happen here. Fortunately or unfortunately, a lot of these wealthy people that are going to get screwed, we'll never hear about, because a lot of times individuals who get compromised don't make major media. Because like if I don't know, let's pick someone, Jack Dorsey, right? If I'm Jack Dorsey and I was in here and I got popped and someone steals, Jack Dorsey, by the way, is worth $4 billion. If former CEO of Twitter, co-founder of Square, that's why he's wicked wealthy. If he gets hit for $30 million, right? Like that, what is that? That's like 1% of his net worth. Like he's not going to, what's he going to do? Like go on social media and rant and rave, bang his, no, he's not going to do that because he's going to look vulnerable because he got taken. He got. So this is the value of this information. And if I was this Zacks Investment Research, I get why they're downplaying it, but they are going to have a world of hurt come down on them from a liability position. If anybody of any wealth who also warrants a lot of like retribution gets hit by a threat actor, they're going to come right after them, although it will be difficult for, in a legal setting, for someone to prove that the threat actor discovered their data through this data breach here. Did you know that Lyle says, did you know that besides using salt for hashing a password, you can salt your coffee? Did not know that, Lyle. I do not put salt in my coffee. I've heard people put butter in their coffee. I'm a hard pass on that. Okay.
Microsoft Azure subdomain takeovers continue to pose a threat. Subdomain takeover occurs when a domain is left open after deleting an Azure website, allowing cybercriminals to create fraudulent sites to impersonate organizations, launch attacks, and propagate spam. Researchers at Kitos have discovered that approximately 15,000 vulnerable subdomains per month are using cryptographic certificates. Microsoft's attempts to address the issue through solutions like Defender have not fully resolved the problem. Despite the researchers' attempts to notify over 1,000 organizations about their domain issues, only 2% have taken action to address the problem. Site owners can take measures to protect themselves, including implementing certificate transparency monitoring, removing dangling DNS entries, and using certificate authority authorization records.
Oh, you got to watch out for those dingleberries. Yes, dangling DNS records. The dingleberries of the digital domain. You've got to be careful, my friends. So here's the deal with this one. 15,000 vulnerable subdomains per month being potentially attacked. Now, this story is actually covering the potential for attack, not that 15,000 subdomains are being compromised. What's going on here? So I'm like a whatever company, and I've got a marketing team, and they're creating subdomains all over the place, like whatever, con.simplycyber.com or .io, newsletter.simplycyber.io, blog.simplycyber.io. You see what I'm saying? These are subdomains, okay? Now, if you're moving fast and breaking things and you have crappy change control and you've got so many cooks in the kitchen and you're trying to move at the speed of business, what ends up happening is you make a run at a subdomain, you do something with it, the project fails, Carl gets fired, hold on, whatever happens, and you either abandon it, it goes end of life, you terminate the project, whatever it is, but you don't clean up your DNS records because you're sloppy, all right? You're a hot mess on fire. What can end up happening is anybody can get the subdomains, right? Now, I do find it a little confusing. I'm not super well versed on this because you can't register the main domain because you own it, but you can set up the subdomain, or you can get it somehow. Anyways, the point being that once you get the subdomain, you are able to basically impersonate the legit domain because you do have the subdomain. I do want to point out, this has been like on my radar for some time. I want to do like bug bounty so freaking badly. Again, add this to my piling list of things that I will be doing when I am full-time doing my own thing, okay? I know I talk about this like it's you know, some vision quest that's going to happen at some point in like the never future, but I will do bug bounty. I saw a person on Twitter post a script that basically you feed it domains and it will search and automatically find dangling DNS pointers and report them back. And the guy was making a couple $1,000 a month on bug bounties for dangling DNS, and he had to do nothing. It was just a script. Now, he didn't provide all the deets of the script. Like, you know, obviously you had to like kind of finesse it a little bit, but I was thinking like that's a pretty cool, like easy, like passive income thing. And if I'm going to go out on my own, you know what I need? I need passive income. I need it. That way I can actually do the fun stuff and make content that delivers to everybody's needs while still continuing to be a stand-up, respectable human who provides for his family. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, subdomains, it's a thing. Make sure that your IT staff, your marketing staff, anyone that's creating subdomains, whether it's Azure, AWS, in-house, whatever, make sure that you're treating them through the entire system development lifecycle to include decommission.
CISA and NSA publish BMC hardening guidelines. On Wednesday, CISA and the NSA released joint guidance on hardening baseboard management controllers, or BMCs. BMCs are highly privileged computer hardware components that facilitate remote management and control, and if vulnerable, serve as attractive entry points for bad actors seeking to compromise critical infrastructure. The agency's recommendations include protecting BMC credentials, enforcing VLAN separation, hardening configurations, and performing routine BMC update checks. Organizations should also monitor BMC integrity, move sensitive workloads to hardened devices, use firmware scanning tools, and treat unused BMCs as potential security risks.
All right.
Hacker.
All right, so check it out. CISA, Jen Easterly, let's give Jen some love here. We'll give Jen some love. And NSA, don't sleep on the NSA. You don't typically see NSA give hardening guidelines. I'm sure that they were involved more on the fact of the technical acumen associated with this. Baseboard management controllers is what BMC is. This is basically firmware that allows remote administration. So you can remote into, motherboards, hard drives, not hard drives. What am I talking about? Like log into like BIOS of servers and do like maintenance. If a machine goes down, if it's like having catastrophic failures, you can still get in and kind of repair it. We talked about the Dell Intel V Pro platform with Venti. I can't say his last name right now because it's eluding me, but we talked to him about that. This functionality is there. This is a pretty common functionality for enterprise grade systems. And obviously, it doesn't say it here, but if you read between the lines, if CISA and NSA are publishing hardening guidelines, then I would assume that threat actors are probing and looking at US-based assets and poking and prodding at their BMCs. So NSA knows how to harden them. CISA is the branch of the government that is like responsible for kind of like public-private sector collaboration coordination, which makes sense why CISA is the one kind of releasing the joint guidance. Hardening would involve obviously protecting the credentials. That's like step one. VLAN separation, routine updates and checks, right? So I would argue that BMCs, baseboard management controllers, that's really reserved for data centers, network, senior IT administrators. You're not going to be getting this like to an intern or anything like that. Also, BMCs, I want to point out that, yeah, you'd have to routinely check them just to make sure that, everything looks good, like walk by with a clipboard and nod at it a couple times. But for the most part, this is going to be one of those like set it and forget it kind of things. Typically, you're not moving these systems around. You know what I mean? Like they're not like laptops that move around with a sales engineer. You set them up and then they're off and running. So if you have BMCs in your environment, you might want to investigate the hardening guidelines. In all honesty, though, like, dude, if you're gonna like focus on hardening, like start with like the larger footprint in your enterprise, like maybe like your Windows builds, right? Your Windows client builds. Like, let me ask you an honest question. Like, you got to look yourself in the mirror and answer this. Are you rolling out the Windows vanilla gold load to your enterprise, or are you actually configuring it? And by the way, when I say configured, I'm not talking about with the agents that allow you to like do EDR and remote management. I'm talking about like, are you hardening your Windows boxes with a gold image before you push it to Carl in accounting, or before you use autopilot and push it to your endpoints? A lot of organizations aren't doing that, and you should, because that's like 80% of your enterprise. Do you have hardening guidelines for mobile devices, right? Like for the polycoms in the conference rooms, for the IoT device, yes, you should harden your BMCs, but I guess if you only have like 1 hour of resource time, or you only have $1 to spend, I just think you'd get more value from a cyber risk reduction of hardening the larger footprint in your enterprise. I mean, yes, maybe this BMC is on like your most critical application server, but if you think about how a threat actor is going to, it's not like your BMC is internet facing, beaconing out and allowing anonymous logins, but Carl is sitting at an embassy suites in like St. Louis, connected to the Wi-Fi publicly, just like, streaming football.tv so he can watch the Man U game from some illegal streaming site. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, I've got to protect Carl from Carl. this BMC one, it's valuable, but you know, you got to do the risk calculation. GRC for the win.
Infect Russian-speaking gamers with WannaCry imposter. Researchers from Cybele have uncovered a phishing campaign targeting Russian-speaking players of Enlisted, a free-to-play World War II-themed multiplayer first-person shooter game. Enlisted was published by a Russia-founded company, Gaijin Entertainment, in 2021 and has between 500,000 and 1 million active monthly players. A fake Enlisted website hosts a legitimate game installer and ransomware that mimics the infamous WannaCry crypto worm. The ransomware uses the WNCRY file extension for encrypting files and has been dubbed WannaCry 3.0 despite not being a genuine WannaCry variant. And that does it.
All right, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Okay. All right. Is this like legit? Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Okay. I don't see whether or not this. So this. Okay. So I don't know if you can actually get your files decrypted or not. This is kind of funny, okay? And by funny, it's not, I mean, it's funny to me, but it's not funny to these people. Okay. Okay, so check it out. Russia, Ukraine, obviously in a fight. Russians like to play video games, just like, you know, many citizens of the world like to play video games. So it's very likely a pro-Ukrainian group. By the way, I would not attribute this to nation-state threat actors, okay? I think that this is based on nothing other than my gut and what I've learned over time. This is not state-sponsored. This is a pro-Ukrainian syndicate, criminal group, that feel righteous with their fraud because they're attacking Russians, right? Their enemy. And they probably want to make some money. So what do they do here? They set up a fake website that looks like a popular video game. You download the installer, and you get ransomware. It looks like WannaCry, so they probably downloaded some type of WannaCry payload, modified it a little bit for their needs. Why reinvent the wheel, right? And they're hitting these people. Here's the thing. Like two things. Why do I think it's not state sponsored? Like what's the benefit for Ukraine here, like as a state, right? They're dealing with like missiles going into Kiev. They don't have time to donk around with this. Second, like think about who the victim pool is here. Okay? You're targeting individuals who have time to play video games. I'm not going to like make broad assumptions here, but do you think that like Zelensky is sitting down after a long day and being like, oh, I'm just going to get a couple rounds of Enlisted in? No. High-ranking officials, executives, like movers, shakers, like they're political people, they're not playing Enlisted, I would think, okay? They're certainly not downloading it from some weird site. Okay, so now you're targeting individual Russian citizens. Maybe you're impacting soldiers on the ground who are looking for something to do during downtime, right? But I don't know. And then like, dude, look at Russia right now. Okay, again, with all due respect, and this is informed based on me sitting in a chair in the United States. I am not at the briefings at the Pentagon. Okay, but like Russia's economy is in shambles. Day 2 of the war, like most businesses pulled out of Russia. Citizens are being conscripted. There's like an anti-war movement over there that's being suppressed by the media. Like, do you think that the individual who gets cracked with this WannaCry ripoff is going to have the money to pay whatever ransom you're asking for? This just seems like flawed in many different ways. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. To me, as the threat actor who actually initiated this attack, the juice was not worth the squeeze. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze. I mean, whatever, you got some pubs, so that's cool, but the juice isn't worth the squeeze on this one. All right, guys, let me play some music. Doo-doo-doo. All right, guys, as I lower the volume on the music, let me know if it reaches a level that is acceptable. I think this is where it worked. All right, guys. Hey, so just so you all know, that's the news for today. So if you were here just for the news, holla, holla, holla. But guess what? This guy, this beautiful baby right here, John Hammond, he's my guest next Thursday. You want to get front row seats for this one. I don't know if the servers are going to be able to handle the load that's going to be put on them. We might DOS ourselves when John Hammond comes into town. This dude's wicked cool. Met him in person at Wild West Hackin' Fest, of course, of all the conferences. Wild West Hackin' Fest. The dude attended my talk. I attended his talk. We didn't officially high-five, but I felt like we did like a theoretical high-five. Asked him if he wanted to come on. Just a wonderful guy. All right, how did trees get on the internet? James McQuiggan, they log on. What? Did James McQuiggan just tell a dad joke? Yep. Thanks, James McQuiggan, for the super chat. Really looking forward to John Hammond. If you got any questions for John Hammond, drop them in Discord on the Simply Cyber News channel and at me or tag me so I see them. I'll make sure that your questions get in there. Oh, yeah, Hackerverse Army. So check this out. Okay, so really quickly, I just want to say this before we pivot into jaw-jacking. If you were here just for the news, thank you all so very much. My name is Jerry. This has been the Simply Cyber Daily Cyber Threat Brief Podcast, episode 389. Please share it with a friend in your social networks if you think they'd get value. We'll be back Monday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, for another week of awesome hot takes on the cool news in our industry. Thanks, everybody. All right, let's do some jaw-jacking. All right, so first things first, Ian Kincaid's asking about my Hackerverse logo, Hackerverse Army mask. Check this out. Hackerverse Army. So check this out. I posted on social media yesterday, LinkedIn. If you want to enter a raffle for a free PNPT, what am I trying to say? A free PNPT voucher and potentially all the training for it. Follow the link in my LinkedIn post yesterday. But this is Hackerverse Army. I've collaborated with them. The Army, these are hacker masks. This is Craig right here. Very, very cool, right? Look at this. Now, you might move quickly and miss it, but boom! Look at this, Dr. Hops. This, everybody, I am proud to share is me. This is my Hackerverse mask. And if I could, can I make this bigger somehow? I don't know how to make it bigger. Yeah, look at this. Dr. Hops. Because I really like beer. I have a PhD, right? And I think this is where we came up with. So I don't know, Ian Kincaid, this is you right here, Solstice. Nice, I love it, dude. The Venus, the little shop of horrors going through the skull, very cool. Solstice bite. I'm Hackerverse Army 17, a prime number I might add. So very cool. I want to thank Craig Elrod and the Hackerverse Army for hooking me up with this and for collaborating with me. I look forward to working with them at Black Hat. All right, let's do this. Do a little jaw jacking. I feel naked without my studio lights on, guys. I got to tell you, lighting makes such a difference. Of course, overlays make a difference too, but what are we doing here? We're just having a hot mess on fire. Oh, it does kind of look like Network Shark. That's cool. Google domains being sold to Squarespace. That's interesting. That's interesting, dude. My domains are through Google, so hopefully that doesn't impact me in any way. Dude, on my mobile setup, my mobile studio setup, I have two monitors. I've got the main laptop monitor, and then I have a this monitor over here. I do have a double monitor setup, if you're talking to me, James McQuiggan. Also want to say, I missed this one. PS Low with the gifted subs. 20 gifted subs. Is PS Low? PS Low is not even in chat anymore. I'm sorry, PS Low. Thanks so much for the gifted subs. Appreciate that. Triple monitor setup. Yeah, triple would be cool. James McQuiggan. I went to his hotel room. Calm down, everybody. I went to his hotel room in Vegas to just like so he could grab something or whatever. And the dude had like like his travel work setup looks like a battle station cockpit for like an advanced spaceship. Like, I mean, it's like huge monitors that splay out, big keyboard. I'm talking the kind with like the 10 keypad over here, full mouse. Like, it looked like a cockpit. Dude brought it. Hey, thanks, John Bruno. Thanks, John Bruno. Actually, you know what someone told me about yesterday? Damn, what, hold on. Somebody told me about this thing. I was in a meeting and the guy showed it off. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. It was like VR goggles, or AR, no, it was goggles. Oh, damn it. It looked like a pair of sunglasses, and the guy said it could project like 3 like 56-inch screens, like visually on your eyes. It was like $1,500. He won them in some type of the hacking event or something. Sorry, I'm like looking at my notes while I'm doing this, guys. Oh, no. Got excited for a minute. Oh, I don't know where it is. Anyways, I'll find it later. All right, I'm just checking everybody's chat messages here. Let me bring chat on stream since you guys are part of the show now. Have a great day, Lamar. Love it. What's everybody working on right now? The Hackerverse logos. So Sean, go to the Hackerverse Army, search that. You'll have to ask Ian Kincaid. I'm not sure how to get the Hackerverse masks are manually created by an artist, so it is a level of work. So I know how I got mine. It's because I'm collaborating with them and I'm doing some things at Black Hat with them. So that's what's going on. Allison Van Stone with the interview prep. Allison, crush it, Allison. Oh yeah, so thank you. I'm gonna add that to the to-do list. I actually did start, we got a question here from Tinu Odole about the Deep Cuts hip hop playlist. I actually did start assembling that. I probably have like 20 songs on it. I forgot about it, but thank you for reminding me. I did start working on that, so I'll get that out later today. Hey guys, hip hop playlist for the weekend to kick out. I love that. Allison Van Stone says the video Rico with Stefan Semiroth was good. Oh, good, Allison. And just so you guys know, and Allison knows, the video that you're watching with Semiroth, that's actually part of a 6-part video. Me and Stefan did a like 6 kind of entire life cycle of the job hunting interview process. So that's really interesting. Jose Alfredo being a dad. I love it. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads in chat and all the moms who are double shifting, being a mom and a dad. I know that can be very hard. So don't think it doesn't go unnoticed, moms. Who's going to DEF CON? Nice, Adrian Harris. And hey, Adrian Harris halfway through the GRC course. Oh shit, I should check my calendar and see if I have a meeting. Hold on one second. Sorry, oh crap. I should have said crap. Sorry. Sorry, Simply Cyber community youth. I do not have a meeting. Woo! Hold on. Let's keep jaw-jacking. Thanks, Sean Washington. Have a great weekend, Michael Fink. Great to see you. Oh, Kimberly, I hear you. I miss my dad, too. Who else had a Nintendo Virtual Boy? I had one, James Randolph. You know, the thing about the Virtual Boy that sucked was that they only made like 3 games. You want to talk about a platform that, like, obviously was a pet project for somebody with some juice at Nintendo, and then the the games publishers were like, dude, this is like, no one's buying this. Happy Father's Day, Jerry, and to all the dads at Simply Cyber. Exactly. Thanks, James McQuiggan. Hey, Jose Alfredo. I'm glad your kids are listening. My sincere apologies on cussing. I try not to do it on stream. Nice. Shane Himes with the first CyberCon. Way to go, Shane. Hope you're really enjoying it. Oh, yeah. Kimberly, check out Virtual Boy. It was like the original VR helmet. It was cool. Studying for Sec Plus, Adrian Harris. I love it. Oh, I was going to say, I started talking and I got distracted. Adrian Harris, halfway through the GRC Masterclass. I want you to know, guys, if you're going through the GRC Analyst Masterclass and you're like new and it's a lot of new content, I know that this is going to sound silly, but believe me, it's true. If you go through it a second time after, like, especially if you get a job, if you go through it a second time, you will get a different experience, okay? You will pull more out of it. I intentionally designed the class to serve at the surface level, but there are deeper meanings and deeper learning that can happen that I've filtered through it that you can only really appreciate once you can kind of mentally be prepared to receive it. I know that sounds like almost like Rick Rubin and like Zen, but just believe me about it, okay? Yes, that was the all red one. What's ChatGPT doing? Big red mask, yeah. Nice. Here, I'll show the Virtual Boy on stream, okay? For Kimberly and for everybody. This thing. Yeah, look at this. Oh, hold on one second. There it is. It had like a little stand. The headset weighed like 8 pounds. It was ridiculous. I don't know how this guy had it like mounted to his face, honestly. I mean, it was ahead of its time. It was way ahead of its time, but it weighed a lot, so you basically had to put it on the stand and lean over. There was only like 5 games for it. That's what sucked about it. There was only a couple games. Let me show you what the video games looked like. Yeah, this is what it looked like. I mean, it was good. Like the games that they did make weren't bad. It was a cool, I did enjoy it. It just, it was ahead of its time. It was like Google Glass. People, we weren't ready for it. All right. Look at my hair. I got to get a haircut this weekend, guys. I had a couple people DM me with like screenshots of me and like circled parts of my hair. They're like, "Are you okay?" Bro, I'm operating in DR mode right now. Cut me some slack, Jack. Oh, yeah. Jim Lund going to Wild West Hackin' Fest. I will say, guys, I love Wild West Hackin' Fest. If you have a chance to go to Wild West Hackin' Fest, I strongly recommend it. Now, not to incite fear, uncertainty, or doubt, but I think they're only taking 800 people at Wild West Hackin' Fest. Deadwood is not a very big town. It is a small town. And we take it over. But there's infrastructure limitations. Like, they can't have like 6,000 people descend on Deadwood. The town wouldn't be able to handle it. And the town's in the middle of nowhere, so it's not like you can just stay in the next town. It's not Vegas. Casually Joseph will have to choose between DEF CON and Wild West Hackin' Fest. Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, for me, it wouldn't be tough, but it depends on if you've been to DEF CON or not. DEF CON is definitely like one of those bucket list cyber career conferences you want to go to, you want to experience. There's a reason it's called Hacker Summer Camp. I booked my travel. I'll be in Vegas Monday through Saturday. Again, we're in jaw-jacking time right now. I contacted a brewery in Vegas to set up a Simply Cyber community meetup for Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. They told me that Friday's like busy and that they wouldn't reserve seating, but we're happy to come show up. So, I don't know. I got to talk to my Vegas people. Christina, Charlie O, if you're watching the stream, DM me. We'll see what's up. Yeah, haircut fish, it's not cheap. The trick is you got to get an employer or someone to send you. I've applied for a media badge for Black Hat. I haven't heard back. We'll see. Yeah, Akil, George, definitely in person's where it's at. Good morning. Hey, Jesse Johnson. I'm getting an uptick in Leo's DMing me about getting into InfoSec. I told them to join us here, but I also started referencing you too, Jesse. So you're kind of like my Leo liaison. Surprise! So I just FYI. And if that's a problem, let me know, Jesse, and I'll stop doing that. But I've started doing that. All right. All right. What else we got, guys? I'll give it. If you guys want. I know this is long, but I'll give 12 more minutes. We've been doing a 30-minute jaw-jacking session, and I've loved it. Guys, here's a fun, started your dissertation last night. Good stuff. Oh, thanks, Jesse. One thing you guys got to understand, especially Jesse, about a dissertation, it's a very defined book. So it's a book, right? But all dissertations follow a similar format. There's 5 chapters. There's the intro chapter, like what are we doing here? There's the second chapter, which is lit review, which is all just like what research has been done on this problem already. The third chapter is the research methodology, like what are we doing? Like what's the experiment we're going to be conducting? The fourth is, between the third and fourth is where most of the work happens, and that's where the research happens, like offline. Chapter 4 is like your research findings based on your research, and 5 is your conclusion, like what knowledge are you contributing back into the community. So just so you know, Jesse, my heart goes out to you. Like it's not a page turner, my friend. I hope you enjoy it. I spent 18 months and a lot of lonely nights in a Starbucks listening to the midnight working on it. Lot of nights. I used to put my kids to bed on Monday night and I wouldn't see them until Wednesday night for like 6 or 7 months. Maybe it was Sunday night I put them to bed and I wouldn't see them until Wednesday. There was a period of time there when my kids wouldn't see me for like 2 days. It really sucked. Signed up and bought a ticket to Simply CyberCon yesterday. Thank you so much, Groovasec, for the support. Guys, Simply CyberCon, I guess I mean, the 183 of you that are still here, I have no doubt already know about Simply CyberCon, but let me share it really quick on stream. Simply CyberCon is coming on November 8th, 2023. Here's a link in chat if you want to share it. There's an absolute buttload of already canned text messages and graphics down the bottom here. You can post this on LinkedIn right now. Right click, copy, paste onto LinkedIn. Here's a graphic you can use. Oh, Kimberly, hey, everybody don't listen really quickly. Kimberly, my Simply CyberCon shirt has arrived and I'll be wearing it on stream on Monday. Super pumped. I'll tell you in DMs if the graphics bled or anything like that. Okay, everybody can listen again. All right. Like the new header? Yeah. Oh yeah, I do like the new header. Let me see this really quickly. It's so hot. Guys, this Simply CyberCon is so hot. So cool. Look at this thing. Kimberly and Allison are making us look good. I got to tell you guys. Thank you so much. If this was just a Jerry solo production, it would look like this. This is what I've devolved into. No lights, hair a mess, ticker across the bottom, chat like kind of overlaying me. Thank God I have people who have style, who can make Simply Cyber look good. Thank you. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, a lot of people are getting Monday off, Juneteenth. I will be, actually, hold on. I was planning on streaming. Let me check my calendar really quickly. Yeah, I don't get Monday off. No days off. So I'll be, you know, happy Juneteenth, but I will be streaming on Monday. So don't sleep on that. OSINT like a boss workshop. I think that, yeah, Ian Kincaid, if you look at that, that's a placeholder. Sorry to deceive you. If we can get someone who wants to do an OSINT workshop, that'd be cool. Actually, you know what? You know what? You know what? You know who could do an OSINT workshop like a boss? I'll give you a hint. Hold on. What is going on?
I'm a crypto evangelist. I love it, love it, love it.
My man, Charles Finfrock. I bet you $1 million. Actually, I don't want to bet that. I'll bet you $25 that Charles Finfrock would want to giddy up on some OSINT training for the Simply Cyber community. I'll take action for that. It's going down in the to-do list. Finfrock, OSINT training. Boom, baby, boom. Alexander Russell says, can I join TCM and get a job from India? Yeah, why not? I mean, TCM, I mean, I don't know about joining them, but like, if you mean take educational courses from them, sure. The PNPT is getting a lot more value. It's meteoric. No, Justin Gold, $25 split among the 183 of you. Come on, bro. I'm drinking out of a porcelain cup, not a gold cup. But yeah, hey, in India, why not? There's remote pen testing jobs all over the place. You can do bug bounty with the skills that you pick up. Actually, really quick, getting back to Jesse Johnson and the Leo. I want to do, I've been thinking about this. I want to do like a 3 or 4 video collection of like Leo to cybersecurity. I feel like there's a large community, sub-community of like former law enforcement officers that want to get in cyber, and most of them think that they have to do like forensics because they need to leverage what they've done. But I would argue that yeah, they could do that for sure. But like, what better person to do pen testing than someone who like studied criminals? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sitting on stream all the time talking about how to commit crime. So, you know, there's that. So we'll see. I definitely want to do that. Also, somebody reached out to me recently and said, hey, I'm a 42-year-old chef. I got injured. I can't cook anymore. I've got to go all in. I'm scared. I've got to pivot quickly into cyber. I know definitively I want to be a pen tester. No other way about it. Hold on one second. I got to do this to avoid copyright. He said, I want to be a pen tester, guaranteed. And I said, all right. By the way, I get DM like 50, 60 times a day. Occasionally, it'll just catch me at the right time, and I'll respond like a nice full response. And I gave this guy like in a complete roadmap on what to do in the shortest amount of time possible. And he's like, oh, this is amazing. I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, do you mind if I make a video about this? Because I feel like this is a very realistic, actionable plan. And he said, cool. So I want to make that video as well. Jesse Johnson, smart, leverage your network. PNPT, Rob Thomas Tech. That is the Practical Network Penetration Tester presented by TCM. I'll show you on stream right now. This is a certification that's blowing up in our industry right now. I know that chat's kind of covering it up, but that's all right. You can take the exam, you can take the training. It's priced reasonably affordable. For our industry, this is reasonable. So giddy up on that. If you want to give me a high five, Rob Thomas Tech, use my affiliate link. I'd have to dig it up. So if you're in a hurry, don't worry about it. But this is another thing that I want to do for me, really, but for Simply Cyber community. I want to take the PNPT. I want to make an entire, like you know how they have those like Let's Play streams where it's like, let's play this game. Like I do them on Mondays, and you follow along with me. I want to make a like, let's get PNPT and do live stream videos of however long it takes to get the training, get the education, take the cert, get the cert. I don't want to be a practical network penetration tester professionally, but I want the knowledge and I want the challenge of getting it. So again, I need to quit my job is what I need to do. So hey, also, I've been trying to figure out how to like share this, socialize this. I don't know. Chat, you're 171 people strong here right now. I've been off the news for 20 minutes, so I know wholeheartedly that you guys are Simply Cyber community members, and thank you for being here. I love it. The GRC Analyst Masterclass, many of you already have the access to the course. TCM is changing their pricing model. I've been looking at it. The price for all of my stuff has gone up. The Teachable platform went up 20% year over year, which is not cheap. So I've been thinking about it, and I'm going to increase the price of the GRC Analyst Masterclass. Now, again, if you already own it, this isn't going to impact you in any way, but I'm going to increase the price of it on July 1st. But I don't know if I'm supposed to like communicate that out publicly, like, hey, FYI everybody, or if I'm supposed to just do it. Does anyone, like, I know that this is kind of a weird thing to ask, but like, does anyone have any thoughts on like, how to do, like, I know how to change the price, that's not the point. Like how to do it in a tactful way. Like, am I supposed to, like, do you think I'm supposed to tell people? Like, I don't know. This is like uncharted territory for me. But I also, like, I'm doing it because my expenses are going up and it makes sense. I think it's still reasonably priced. But just kind of curious what people think. I might have been the only one that did it. It didn't last very long. Cool. Transparency will go far. Yeah, no, exactly, Jesse. I want to be transparent. I just don't. I'm trying to figure out the right way. Okay, Adrian Harris. I had thought about that. I had thought about doing that. I appreciate that. Oh, well, thank you, CatGPT. Netflix sent out an email saying they were jacking the price. That's true. But the thing is, I'm not a subscription-based business, so the people I would be emailing already own the course. You know what I mean? That's like the tricky thing. I'm not impacting existing students. I'm impacting potential students. So, YOLO just put out a simple message. Thanks, Scott Mack. I appreciate it. Guys, I don't say it often on the stream, but like, I don't know what I know cybersecurity. I don't know business. But I mean, I do put a lot of work and energy and effort into these things, and I do want to work full time on this, which means I need to generate revenue to be able to facilitate these projects. I have access to your course when I bought it through Teachable. Does that preclude me from doing it on TCM? No, so Michael Fink, my course is kept, I sell my course on TCM as well, and I keep my course and TCM's course in sync, but they are totally different. So like, if you buy it on my site, it does not give you access to one on TCM. If you buy it on TCM, you do not have access to it on my site. They're two different schools, but the course is the same. Really, the only difference is if you buy it on TCM, half of the revenue, like, you know, like if you bought it for $30, half of that goes to Heath and half of it goes to me. If you buy it on my school, 100% of it goes to me. That's the difference. What did Shane Himes say? Let me see. I've seen some announce price increase to let people buy it before the price increases. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I'll do that. I'll do that today. Maybe I'll send one out today, and I'll send one out on Friday the 30th, right? So one today, one in 2 weeks, 2 notifications prior to price increase and then price increase, okay? Is switching platforms an option? I've been looking into New Zenler for the past year. I don't know what New Zenler is. As a teaching platform? No, I'm like, here's the thing. Another thing you guys don't know necessarily. Some of you have heard me talk about it. I have like 5 classes that are in the works. One of them is the GRC one, which many of you have, but like I'm working heavily on a how to YouTube for professional networking and profit, honestly, course. I've got alpha students in it right now, like pre-alpha students. I'm going to release it to 10 alpha students in a little bit when I get a little bit more done. But like my YouTube course is going to be out. I'm working on a Cyber 101 course that I'm like waiting. I'm doing it with a college, and I'm waiting for the college to do some stuff around accrediting the course so you guys can get college credit transfers for it. So like I'm heavily invested in the Teachable platform at this point. Yeah, so my GRC course will be on sale. Like periodically I'll run sales. It's not like I'm just jacking the price up and telling you guys that's the deal. Test on Disco Force, then just say a blank statement. Hold on, what are you talking about, Jesse? You can follow TCM, did they hit social media and later an email? Okay. What's your website? Oh, Stephen Browning, I'll give it to you in a second. So Stephen Browning, if you want, here, check this out. This is my website, simplycyber.io. But if you click here, it'll take you to this. This is the Teachable website with my GRC school. I'm not a business or marketing person, so like, I don't do a very good job of like selling you on why you need my course and stuff like that. I just made the course and made it available to people. But giddy up on it. All right. You could announce the hike on LinkedIn and Simply Cyber News every morning. Yes, I could do that. Thank you. Oh, Jesse, I'm sorry. I see. What did you say? Test on your Discord force. Oh, yeah. Casually, Joseph, I do not know, but I am working with the accreditation people at the college. I will ask them. I'll ask them and find out. Let me take that for action. Ask college about cert for credits. Okay. Put a plug for the course during the mid-roll. Oh, Quiet Gamer, that's brilliant. See, that's the thing. I suck at marketing and sales. Like, Quiet Gamer, like such a great idea. Just add it to the mid-roll. So smart. Alana Boyajian signing up for the Simply CyberCon. Thanks, Alana. Love it. Thanks, Greg Does Stuff. Use Bard. Smart. Oh, cool. Pursuit of Bliss. Super pumped. I asked. I haven't heard back from John Strand about the keynote. He's a busy dude. I was gonna basically give it a week, send a follow-up email, and then if I didn't hear from him, either pivot or try to reach someone in his camp and see if he got the email. It's not like John to just ghost. That's not John's style. So my suspicion is he didn't see it. Cool, thank you, Matthew Netchie. Oh, IDK, smart with the ticker. I like that. Smart, smart. Later, Sean Washington. I do like Sean Washington's LinkedIn profile too. He's been working hard at making that thing looking good. Oh, he was doing a class this week. Thanks, Bliss. Closed mouths don't get fed. That's funny. All right, guys, let me boogie out of here. Thank you again. Day 2 of Overlay Gate. Actually, you know what? Let me show you this. Here's the deal. I just want to show you this, guys, really quickly, okay? So I got the overlay up, but look at this. And this is going to look like a mess, but just believe me on this one, okay? Catch me outside. How about that? Give me a second. I'm going to show you like what I'm currently dealing with. All right. So look at this. Here's the problem. I got my overlay back, but here's the problem. Look at this. Look at this nonsense. Oh, Jose Alfredo. What? Did you just become a student of the GRC Analyst Masterclass? Yep. Thanks for the super chat, Jose. I appreciate it. Look at this. This is what it looks like. Do you see what kind of hot dumpster fire we're dealing with? I can't bring this to you guys. This is ridiculous. So this is what we're dealing with. The overlays, for some reason, like the resolution changed or the dimensions changed and it all squished over to the left. And now it looks like a dumpster fire. And I refuse to serve you guys. I refuse to serve you guys, you know, a bucket of yuck on a trash can lid. I'd rather do this than serve you a bucket of yuck. Jesse Johnson, here you go, buddy. I'm also a mod. There you go. Casually Joseph, do you know what's up? Yeah, I can move the elements. We could talk about this offline. The problem is the main overlay underneath, when you stretch it, for some reason, I think the canvas got bigger for some stupid reason. If you stretch the overlay underneath everything, you're gonna lose. The dimensions are correct for the overlay. It's the canvas that's wrong for some reason, and I just can't right now. Yeah, someone needs to help me. I am using a different computer, but the thing is, Joseph, I used this overlay for like 2 days, no problem. The only thing that I did differently was I created a new overlay, so it shouldn't have impacted this one. I created a new overlay because I started filming more videos for the YouTube course. Then I came into work on Thursday morning and it, you know, someone had dropped a nuke on my overlays. Now we're in overlay gate. But you guys don't seem to mind, which is awesome. I appreciate that. Wicked much. All right, I'll keep looking at it. Oh, cool. Eric Taylor giving me some love. All right, Casually Joseph, maybe we can do like a screen share after this. Have a great day, dear and Reardon. Be good. IDK says, I like this presentation. It looks like you're getting practice for the upcoming TV show. Yeah. Yeah, that TV show. Dude, so I'm a little... Yeah, there's things I can't talk about publicly. Yeah. There's good things. There's good things happening for me, for the Simply Cyber community. I can't, I'm reluctant to share publicly right now, okay? But just know that I'm continuing to do things for the greater good of the Simply Cyber community. Happy Father's Day, Alana. Thank you so much. No, IDK, no, it's fine. The TV show is just one part of what's going on. The TV show is still on. Alyssa Knight DM'd me the other day, or she texted me, and, you know, she said some really, really very supportive, some really great things. Like, we're super excited. I'm going out to Vegas early, so I can go check out the studio. I'll do some behind-the-scenes stuff. I'll be at the... Night Studios premiere on Tuesday night in Vegas. If you guys are going to go to that premiere, it's like a mobster thing. I'm really excited about Vegas, guys. I might even do... Hey, chat, let me know. I know there's 149 of you here. A lot of people have left. Let me know if you are interested in doing... I don't know. Maybe I should start just doing like a jaw-jacking AMA kind of BSing around. Like, we're doing this every single day these last 2 days. Let me know. I might just start scheduling jaw-jacking sessions and just say, hell, let's do this. Alexander Russell asking, yeah, I mean, Alexander, it sounds like you're doing all the things, so keep on it, man. All right, Brandon S., have a good weekend. Could Mrs. Auger play the role of Sugar Mama? I appreciate that, John Bruno. Yeah. No, that doesn't need to happen. Here's the thing: between like my book, the course, the TCM stuff. I do consulting on the side. Like, I have a consulting business. I don't know if you guys know that. The haiku stuff, some like the Intel stuff. Like, I do client engagement work. I'm doing a lot of things in order to be able to fund the thing that I talk about all the time. So, in fact, I mean, I've had multiple people approach me who want to invest in Simply Cyber. They want to buy a piece of Simply Cyber. They want to financially set me up so I can be all-time Simply Cyber. I have people who have told me, dude, okay, so here, check this out. I had a very successful podcast group, right? Like, really well-known podcast group. I'm not going to name them. Call me, and they said, hey, we want to launch a new podcast with you and one other person as the host. It'll be a weekly podcast. I'm not going to tell you the premise of the podcast because I don't want to reveal anything, but they said basically it'll be about 10 hours a week of work. Every week. I said, how long is the podcast going to go? They said as long as it's successful. So indefinitely. 10 hours a week. And I said, well, what's it pay? Like, what are we talking about? And he said, you have to tell me that number. Like, whatever you want, whatever it's going to take to get you for 10 hours a week to focus on this podcast, you tell me. And I had to decline, which sucked because I don't have the time for it. But if I did, like, that's just another way to be able to fund this initiative that I'm talking about of being able to serve the Simply Cyber community in a more premium capacity, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Thank you very much, CatGPT. I appreciate that. I do vCISO work, yes, Casually Joseph. I do vCISO work. I also do like security awareness work. Like, that's another one. I also come in and, like, if like, say a company hires a new CISO, and with all due respect, they know what they're doing, but they don't know how to put together like a 3-year roadmap, they'll hire me to come in, and for like whatever, for a couple weeks and, a bag full of money, I will help that CISO develop a roadmap that they can execute against, okay? Yeah, it is a lot for one episode, Allison. Part of the reason, it's not the recording. The recording would only be 1 hour. I can't get into the details of the episode, but it would require significant prep work. Like 9 hours of prep work. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Brian Colt. You know what? I'm going to send a notice. Kimberly and Allison, I don't know if you guys have bandwidth, and again, this is like way outside the scope of what I ask you to help with, but some type of graphic around price increases or verbiage or like whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'll ask ChatGPT. Like, I have to raise my prices of my course. Please write a blog post on why or whatever. Oh, thank you, Greg Does Stuff. I do feel confident that the Simply Cyber community is very supportive, and I have no doubt that you guys would be able to. You guys would help me. You guys would be able to help me through that transition. That's a good idea, Adrian Harris. Friday jaw jacking. Maybe I'll do that. Need an agent, yeah. My God, guys. Also, I don't have to do this, but I want to do this. I feel like it's right. This is the last thing I'll ask the community, and then I gotta go. So I'm going to raise the price on the GRC course. I was thinking of adding like a new lecture or just adding something to the GRC course to like, I don't know, to pair with like I'm raising prices. I don't know if anyone's got a thought. I was thinking like, maybe some more around the information security awareness, or a lot of people have been asking me for my I have like an interview playbook that I've scripted that is like a lot of people have asked me for that. It's like a PDF document of how to interview during risk assessments. Maybe making that available. I don't know. Yeah, David. No, the new content would probably go up on July 1st as well. Yeah, Adrian, I know a lot of people have asked for it. One of the things with that document, though, as a disclaimer, is it doesn't cover every control within NIST 853. It covers the controls, I think, of a low baseline or maybe a moderate baseline. Oh, thanks, Pursuit of Bliss. I don't know. I just feel like I have to, honestly. All right, guys. It's something I'm working through. Thanks for being here for a little behind the scenes action. And, this is what it is. I'm very transparent with you, community, because that's the only way I want to roll. You know what I mean? Like, not interested in, I don't know. I don't want it to be a me and you thing. I don't see it as me and you. I see it as us. You know what I mean? So, all right, guys. Wicked good jaw jacking session. Thanks, everybody. We got through the entire French press. Winning so hard. Tiger blood. Charlie Sheen, psycho. Be good, everybody. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Happy Father's Day to all the moms who are double shifting as a mom and a dad. Appreciate all of you. Be good. Stay secure. And until Monday, 8 a.m., have a wonderful weekend. And if you're taking Monday off, we'll see you on Tuesday at 8 a.m. Cheers, everybody. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed that content. Keep the cybersecurity train going by connecting with the other Simply Cyber community resources. We have the Discord server that's lively and always keeps the conversation going. You can connect with me directly on LinkedIn. And also every single weekday morning on the Simply Cyber channel, we're doing live daily cyber threat briefings, 8 a.m. Eastern time, as well as Thursday at 4:30 p.m. We're doing live stream interviews with industry experts, and we produce videos that we push out every Wednesday morning. I'm Jerry from Simply Cyber. I hope you enjoyed the content, and we'll see you in the